Hi, everybody. This is Luma Prieto with some thoughts and a guided meditation for the transit moon in Cancer. Soon, on January 13th, we'll be experiencing the full moon in Cancer, feeling the effects of that full moon for a few days before and a few days after. You should feel free to use this meditation for that full moon. But you should also feel free to come back to this meditation for any new moon in Cancer or any transit moon in Cancer in between. You can also use this meditation if you have your natal moon in Cancer, if that's a placement that you're seeing in your birth chart. The way this video works is that first I'll just be talking about the moon in Cancer, providing some context for the energy, and then I'll be guiding us through a meditation that is meant to connect us to and align us with the moon in Cancer. So every time the moon moves through a different sign, which happens about every 2 to 3 days, what the moon is signaling to us, what this piece of the astrological map is communicating to us, is how we might be able to fulfill the purpose of the moon, given the qualities of the sign that it's in, for those 2 to 3 days, for that period of time. Now, the purpose of the moon in astrology is to feel, it is to nurture, it is to protect, it is to mother. And in Cancer, the moon happens to be really good at doing those things. That's because in Cancer, the moon is in its own sign, it is in its dignity, as it's said in astrology. The moon is the body, the luminary that rules the sign of Cancer. So you can think of this as being one of the mooniest moons. You can also think of it as being one of the more fortunate or effective placements for the moon because, again, when the moon is in its own sign, it is that much more capable of expressing those fundamental qualities of feeling, of nurturing, of protecting, of mothering. Cancer is also the sign that rules the home in astrology. That word home can take on many meanings. It can refer to the physical home, your nest, your dwelling. It can refer to the family or the community of people that you find a home in. It can also refer to the sense of safety that you create for yourself. And in particular, whether your home, whether or not it's physical, is a space in which you feel emotionally safe. Cancer is a water sign. That means it's a sign associated with the emotions. Again, Cancer can feel deeply, care deeply, empathize deeply. And these two aspects of the sign of Cancer that I just talked about, the emotional depth on the one hand and the home on the other hand, are actually related because in order for us to feel deeply and feel genuinely, we need to sense that we're safe enough to do that. We need to know that we're at home enough in order to really feel. So, with that, let's get into our meditation postures. You can listen to this meditation sitting down or lying down. And for this moon, for the occasion of the moon in Cancer, we are also going to hug something. So you can hug a pillow, hug a bolster, hug a stuffed animal. You can also hug a real animal or another human being if that's a possibility for today's meditation. You can also just hug yourself. We're doing this today because the act of hugging triggers the release of a hormone in the body called oxytocin. Oxytocin is also known as the love hormone, the bonding hormone, the calming hormone. It's a substance released naturally by the body when people cuddle, when people make love, even when mothers breastfeed. And when it is released, it can promote feelings of trust, of emotional connection and of safety. So, the point of tricking our bodies into releasing oxytocin by hugging something or someone is to create an environment in our bodies where whatever it is that we're feeling, and again, this is a feeling moon, we can feel that while also feeling connected, while also feeling nurtured, while also feeling safe. So once you find your meditation posture, once you are also hugging something or someone, begin to commit to that position, starting with the legs, surrendering the weight of the legs to the ground, the chair, whatever surface is beneath them. Then relaxing the lower belly and the lower back. Relaxing the upper belly and the middle back. Relaxing the chest, the upper back. Relaxing the arms, the hands. Relaxing the neck. Relaxing the muscles of the jaw, the tongue. Relaxing the eyes, letting eyes close if that's comfortable, or allowing them to stay open with a soft gaze. Relaxing the eyebrows, the space between the eyebrows. Relaxing the forehead. Relaxing the scalp. Easing into this experience of the body. And we can begin to bring intention to the breath. On the inhale, sending breath to the lower belly. And on the exhale, releasing breath from the lower belly. Again, inhaling, letting lower belly grow, letting lower belly expand with breath. And on the exhale, letting lower belly shrink, collapse. Navel comes into spine. Continuing with this lower belly breathing. Watching as breath becomes more intentional, more mindful, maybe slower, fuller. We are using this breathing technique, this diaphragmatic breathing, to promote a relaxation response in the body via the stimulation of the vagus nerve and the parasympathetic nervous system. A few more cycles of breath on your own. Lower belly in, lower belly out. For our visualization, we are expanding our vision of breath. We are zooming out. With your next exhale, see as carbon dioxide rich air leaves your body and reaches other life forms, reaches trees, for example. Then inhale and see as the breath is returned, oxygen rich, back to you. Again, exhale, see carbon dioxide rich breath reaching trees, reaching also corals, algae, other microorganisms. And then inhale, breath is returned to us, to human beings, to animals, to other creatures that take in oxygen. And on your own, as you continue to breathe in and out of lower belly, you can also continue to imagine this expansive exchange of breath with other living beings. We can use power of mind, power of visualization to imagine this web of breath even more concretely. On your next exhale, send breath to trees, to other life forms in your neighborhood. Then inhale, see the breath returned to you, to other creatures. Exhale and send the breath to trees, other life forms in your city, in your town. Inhale, breath is delivered to you, to other organisms. Exhale as you send the breath to trees, other life forms in your country. Then inhale, breath is given back to you, to other living beings. As you exhale, send the breath to trees, other life forms across the entire earth. The entire earth is wrapped in this web of breath. Breath is creating this cosmic rhythm, this interconnected pulse, and as you continue to breathe into and out of lower belly, you can see, you can feel how you form one small but essential part. And keep breathing like this, seeing this global network of breath. With our next few breaths, we are changing our visualization. We are zooming back in. On your next inhale, see breath rushing into your body, oxygen from breath reaching every cell, every tissue of your body. And then on the exhale, carbon dioxide waste leaves those cells, those tissues, so that with every cycle of breath, every cell in your body is renewed and revitalized. What we are seeing now is this intimate exchange that happens between each of our bodies and the breath. Every single part of our bodies touched, every single part of our bodies nurtured. A few breaths like that here. We can use power of mind, power of visualization to imagine this encounter between our bodies and the breath even more fully, sending breath to those parts of the body that might need it more. Maybe there are parts of the body that are uncomfortable or in pain. You can send breath there, send life there, send healing there. Again, as we breathe into and out of lower belly, we are seeing the completeness, the thoroughness of breath. As it nurtures every corner, every crevice of the body. And with our next few cycles of breath, we integrate both visions. There is the zoomed out view. You are participating in this earthly dance of breath with countless other living beings. There is also the zoomed in view. Every single part of your body given life to by the breath in a miraculous exchange. Let the breath be both. Let yourself see both, feel both. so that within this divine cycle, you know that you have a place, a role, that these complex relationships of breath on earth would not exist in the way that they exist if not for the fact that you are here breathing. You also know that there is an abundant supply of breath, that there is no running out of breath, that the breath cares for you, provides for you, that you can find in the breath a safety, and you can find in the breath a reliable home. And that together, as we engage in this simple, often unnoticed act of breathing, we are also creating a home for ourselves and for each other. If you'd like to stay in this meditation for longer, please stay. You can continue to use this diaphragmatic breathing, use these visualizations. This is Luma Prieto. Thank you for meditating with me and for tuning in to the energy of this transit moon in Cancer.